Good evening and welcome to the Nevis Newscast. Today is Thursday, 23rd February 2017. I'm Fredicia Liburd. The official press conference for the Leeward Islands debating competition took place earlier today at the Nevis Cooperative Credit Union's conference room. The press conference saw the presentation of sponsorship to the Nevis Literary and Debating Society by various business places. Accepting the checks were Director of the Nevis Sixth Form College, Pamela Pemberton, as well as President of the Nevis Literary and Debating Society, Zara Archibald, and Assistant Secretary, Kiwata Daniel. The sponsors included National Caribbean Insurance, Nevis Cooperative Credit Union, St. Kitts and Nevis Development Bank, St. Kitts and Nevis Social Security Board, the Nevis Electricity Company Limited, CIBC First Caribbean International Bank, Nevis Housing and Land Development Corporation, the Daniel Brantley and Associates, Lefco Equipment Rentals and Construction Company Limited, Sugar Industry Diversification Foundation, Whitegate Corporation, and the Nevis Island Administration. Principal of the Charlestown Secondary School and the Nevis Sixth Form College, Edson Elliott, expressed his gratitude to the sponsors.
The Charlestown Secondary School and the Nevis Sixth Form College, we are all very pleased to associate with this handing over ceremony. And we were given the task of hosting the 2017 competition. The debating competition over the 45 years has been a competition that has grown, and the expenses involved have also grown. And this year we have been trying to raise funds to make sure that we have a memorable time in 2017. And so we are very happy that we have on board some persons who are assisting us in meeting the demands and on the financial side.
In related news, a welcome cocktail was hosted for the Leeward Island debaters last evening at the Mount Nevis Hotel. Deputy Premier of Nevis, the Honourable Mark Brantley, was present and delivered brief remarks.
I want to, in particular, commend the students and those who will be debating. I know we have from Nevis, of course, right here. We have St. Kitts. We have the British Virgin Islands, I'm told, Montserrat, St. Martin, Anguilla, and we expect Antigua and Barbuda. I hope I've covered everyone. And so we realize that this competition has expanded over the years. In my day, a very long time ago, we didn't have St. Martin and BVI involved. And so now we've expanded it, and so that's good. It means you have better competition, you have stiffer competition, and ultimately I hope that the best debaters and the best debating team will emerge.
The competition begins this evening at 6:30 at the Nevis Performing Arts Centre. Team St. Kitts and Team St. Martin will present their arguments on the moot. The high cost of youth unemployment relief programs outweighs the benefits. Premier of Nevis and Senior Minister in the Federal Cabinet, the Honourable Vance Amory, is currently in Jamaica attending the February 22nd to 24th 10th International Labour Organization Caribbean Labour ILO Ministers Meeting held under the theme Realizing Decent Work under the 2030 Agenda. This year, the meeting will offer an opportunity to have an exchange on the continuing challenge to promote a more inclusive and sustainable growth process with more and better jobs, as well as allow the ministers to articulate and share their perspectives around the future of work, drawing from the national level dialogues that have occurred in the past year. The 10th ILO Caribbean Labour Ministers meeting will address two pertinent areas. One, elevating decent work to the national and regional policy level through social partnership, experiences in the region and a proposed way forward. And two, instruments and practical tools for decent work. Premier Amory, who is also the Minister of Labour, said that the meeting brings together all the Ministers of Labour in the Caribbean region with an aim to discuss the work agenda and the Millennium Goals, which deal with decent work for the people of the region. He said that the discussions thus far are going good while recapping the previous day's proceedings. He said, "We had a full discussion on decent work, of which we had 3 panelists who put forth their own country's perspectives, but also looked generally at what the decent work agenda is," said the Minister of Labour. He continued, "The second session dealt with good governance and work, and I think that for us is a very critical area because it is important that we see good governance as beginning with people understanding their role in the workplace and employers understanding their responsibility in managing the workforce, whether in government or the private sector." Minister Amory said that the discussions also recognized the need for people to understand the rules and conditions of employment, both in the private and public sectors, as well as plans for the future of work organizations. St. Kitts and Nevis and Trinidad are currently going through a process of labor law reform in the Caribbean. In light of this, earlier today, the Premier Amory made a presentation as part of the law reform panel on the process. Minister Amory is accompanied by Shernal James, Labour Commissioner, Gary Liebert, Chief Labour Officer in Nevis, and Rhonda Nisbet Brown, Senior Legal Counsel in the Nevis Islands Administration. Still to come, Premier Amory lauds efforts of the IT department for its creativity. The details are after this break.
This April 7th and 8th, get yourself to Owali Beach for the 2017 Nevis Blues Festival. As the sun goes down, party to music by Ian Siegel, Deanna Bogart, AJ Gent, and many more. Regular boat services will connect St. Kitts from Frigate Bay and Reggae Beach direct to the festival. Find out more at nevisblues.com.
Do you have what it takes to be the next Amateur Photographer of the Year 2017-2018? Well, on behalf of the Ministry of Tourism, I'm very happy to announce that we'll be launching our second annual Ministry of Tourism Amateur Photographer of the Year 2017-2018. This year we are opening the competition to 2 age group categories, 16 to 19-year-old, non-professionals and from Nevis. The criteria is simple. We're asking that you take your best single shot of a place of interest. This picture will be taken with your mobile phone device. Send your best picture to sheila.james@niagov.com with your full name, date of birth and contact number. The ministry will upload your entry to a website and the general public will be able to place their votes for their favourite picture. Voting will commence from Monday the 12th of December 2016. Closing date is Tuesday the 28th, 2017. Announcement of winner, second and third place will be announced at the awards ceremony on Saturday the 11th of March 2017 at Riviera House. Criteria for the 20 plus age group is pretty straightforward. We ask that all interested persons take note. All applicants must be 20 years and over to participate in the competition, also be non-professional photographers and from Nevis. We have 3 themes for the competition. Each applicant must provide a 3 hard copy of 8.5 by 11 photographs of the following: black and white picture depicting mountain landscape, creative vision in colour, and a historical site in Nevis. Application forms are at the Ministry of Tourism. Please note all pictures must be washed at TDC. I'm able to assist with any questions you may have regarding the competition criteria and prizes. My contact number is 469-0051, extension 6447. All applicants must have their photographs hand-delivered to the Ministry of Tourism, first floor, Social Security Building, Pinneys Estate, by Friday.
Welcome back. Premier of Nevis and Minister of Finance in the Nevis Island Administration, NIA, the Honourable Vance Amory, lauded the efforts of the Information Technology Department for the staff's creative ability to design and implement systems which enable greater efficiency in the government's performance. Premier Amory, who was at the time delivering remarks at the second annual ITD Delta Awards dinner at the Nisbet Plantation Beach Club on February 18, 2017, singled out the department's director Quincy Prentice for his impact on the officers. The Premier congratulated those who were awarded and stated that information technology is the way of the future. He said it is the way forward for Nevis and St. Kitts and Nevis if they are to continue to compete in the international market. Premier Emery also spoke of an initiative the department was charged with involving public records at the court in Charlestown. He said we have a very difficult situation with our records at the court, with other records which are ancient, and if you touch them, they tend to disintegrate. He continued, so we are challenging the IT department to help us to digitize every single piece of record which we have so that it will last longer and will have ease of access by our citizenry, he said. Other remarks came from Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Finance, Colin Dorr, and Embert Charles, Managing Director of the Eastern Caribbean Telecommunications Authority, who delivered the feature address. The Basic Needs Trust Fund invites all residents of Pond Hill and Clegot to a meeting to discuss the start of the Pond Hill Drain Rehabilitation Project on Monday, 27th February 2017 at 6 p.m. next to Pepper's Shop. All are asked to make a special effort to attend. That's it for this edition of the Nevis Newscast. On behalf of all of us here at the Department of Information, I'm Fredisa Liburd. Thank you for viewing.
Accessing service as part of the introduction of our Health Information System, HIS. The process is simple and will take just a few minutes. A photo will be taken of each individual accessing service, and within minutes, your card will be printed and issued. You will be required to present this card each time you access service at the outpatient department. We are craving the public's cooperation as we implement the new system, which will be of benefit to all. When fully operational, it will significantly improve the quality of service and reduce patient waiting time. Remember, the start date is January 30, 2017. Join the movement in health.
I got my card.